Have you noticed a trend in the spiritual community about toxic positivity? Today we're going to talk all about my opinions on that. That's coming up right after this. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mel from Mel's Divination. If you like this video, if you like my other videos, please subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I go live. Help out this community and enjoy everything that we talk about here. Today, we're going to talk about something that I've noticed has become what I would call a problem in our community. I know I promised you guys a review of the Witch's Almanac, and I will absolutely be doing that this week, but Mercury retrograde is still kind of picking up its speed. It's gone direct now, and I'm a little off task with getting things done. So it's a lot easier for me to talk to the camera and edit a regular video of me chatting, and that's what you get today. So today's topic is toxic positivity. People have different definitions of that. Some people agree, some people don't agree. I have recently been posting about mental health, and that'll be another huge topic to talk about another time. But I really want to talk about toxic positivity today because it's been an ongoing issue, and I've noticed it's become a bigger and bigger thing. And what is it? What is that? All right, so let's talk about positivity first, right? So positivity, being positive, framing things like it's all going to be okay, or I'm going to get that house, or I'm going to get that job. Positive affirmations. If you're familiar with a positive affirmation or the law of attraction, which a lot of people use in their spell work, in their spiritual work, in their witchcraft, in their mindset, and even in counseling, there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to be clear here, I am not knocking positivity, positive affirmations, or anything like that. It all works. The thing is, it can also become toxic if that's the only focus. And that's what I want to focus on today. So positive affirmations are, I have the job. I am beautiful. I am special. I am on and on and on. I haven't really thought of examples for this, but you guys get my point. You can Google it. You can literally just type in positive affirmations and you get a list that's ginormous. So the whole point of toxic positivity, what I have found is an issue, what I personally believe as being a highly sensitive person, I'm an individual who has grown up feeling things very deeply. Very, very deeply. I'm misunderstood a lot. People don't get me. They don't understand why I'm sad about things or why that bothers me and why I can't just let it go. And in our spiritual world, the positivity part, a lot of people preach, and I'm not naming anybody specific, but people will preach, well, you just don't look at that stuff. Close that door. Don't look at it. You got to change your mindset. And I've worked my whole life to not look at the negative and just look at the positive. But that's not life, and that's not reality. And when you feel something, you feel something. And this is where it gets toxic. And that's what I want to discuss. So there's one hand of I'm sad, I'm hurt, I'm in pain. And then there's the other side of what can we do with this? Stop looking at that. I get clients, and I've used this technique for myself as well, because I struggle sometimes with mental health, with depression, with sadness, with anxiety. I struggle too. And I get clients, or I use these methods for myself of, okay, where are we? Where do we want to be? So for instance, before I manifested this home that I am so grateful for, I was in an apartment that I hated. I was so unhappy. I had neighbors that were disgusting. They had bed bugs. I kept having to do protection spells to make sure that I didn't catch the bed bugs. I was constantly anxious. I wasn't able to do my work because they were so loud all the time. I wasn't able to sleep because they were so loud all the time. I had to take sleeping pills just to sleep so I could get up and go to work. The list goes on. And all I could think about is, I just want a house. I want to get away. Let me just preface all of this. The reason why I have background music today is it's nice outside, and I thought I got away from all the noisy neighbors, and I have a noisy neighbor here too. He likes to use the leaf blowers and be very loud when it's beautiful outside, so of course just when I wanted to film that was happening. So hopefully that will drown out the background noise. Okay, back to topic. So I could have gotten swarmed, drowned in those thoughts of, I'm so miserable, I'm so unhappy, I hate where I live. Or I could have used it to create. So I did both. Because so what I'm talking about with the toxic positivity is people that say, don't look at this bad thing, don't feel this bad thing, don't, shut it, put it in a box, close it, pretend it's not there. That's where it's toxic, because people will say to me, well, you choose to feel that way. And I disagree. And I know, like I said, this is going to be controversial. Some people are going to disagree with me. I know that we can control our thoughts, but when I have an emotional reaction to something, it is so strong that I can't choose not to feel that way. I would be crying and not sleeping and overwhelmed and anxious, and nothing would pull me out of that except for this picture of, okay, I'm going to get out of this. So no, I didn't choose to feel unhappy in the home I was in. I was literally unhappy in the home I was in. What I encourage my clients to do when they are drowning, like I was, in a situation, a relationship, being single, a job, a home life, whatever it is, it's not that you don't look at those ugly parts, that you don't look at those hard parts, that you don't feel them, that you stuff them away in some dark corner. You allow them to pass through you. You feel them. You acknowledge them. You do some kind of ritual. Usually I like to write it down and burn it. That works for me. But whatever works for each person, what resonates with you. If you don't bring those things to the surface, you're literally just piling more shit on top of the pain. And then it comes out in a different way. How can you manifest something better if you're not looking and healing the hard parts too? You really can't, because you're just stuffing it down and muffling it and hiding it, and now you have all these pain points inside of your body. And I'm not Reiki certified, but I know that it affects your chakras and it gives you blocks and it gets in the way. At least that's what I've found personally, in my personal life. And it's happened with my clients. If you pretend that it doesn't exist, it just becomes a block. So, enough with that. You've gotten my point there. My whole thing is, these people who tell us, well, you have to change your mindset. They're correct, but they're missing a piece of it. You have to acknowledge your feelings and release them, work with them, not drown in them, release them, and work on changing your mindset. It's both. It's not just, hey, stop looking at this, look over here. It's not that. You have to do both elements. Because what happens is, if you just look at the positive that little thing is still sitting here, that little broken piece. It's still here. You haven't healed it. It's like numbing something with pain, with painkillers. It's like breaking an arm, not healing it properly, and taking loads of painkillers and just pretending it doesn't exist. You're not fixing the problem. So positivity is great. Affirmations are great. It's a big part of manifestation. But you also have to heal the wounded, the broken, the pain. You have to work on the pain points. Without it, you're never going to get to that next level. And my biggest problem with toxic positivity that I found for myself, that I found a disconnect. And please comment down below if you feel this way. If you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, that is perfectly your right, and I understand. Some people won't, because this doesn't work for everybody. I have a very close friend who just does positivity, and we kind of get into debates about it. But the way that I work is when somebody tells me to stop feeling that way, it makes me so mad. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if it's my Scorpio, or I have Black Moon Lilith on my rising, or I don't know what it is. I have a lot of planets in Scorpio. I don't know what it is, but it pushes a button in me that just makes me go from 5 to 10. It triggers me so bad. It ticks me off, because it's basically like somebody telling me, well, you don't feel that way. Don't feel that way. You can't feel that way. Don't tell me how to feel. I know how I feel. And you can't tell me to pretend that I don't feel that way. You're not acknowledging my emotions. You're telling me I'm being ridiculous when I really feel this way. So, again, positivity is wonderful. Affirmations are wonderful. But feelings and acknowledging those feelings is important. It's a key piece of that puzzle of moving to that next level. The last piece I want to talk about is mental health here. When somebody keeps telling you, don't feel that way, you can't, it's not good. It's not mentally healthy, because now it makes you question if you're crazy. It makes you question if you're good enough. It makes you question what's wrong with you. What's wrong with me? Why can't I stop feeling this way? Personal experience here. And then the tears, and then the guilt, and then the anger and the frustration, and why can't I just get over this? So, it's very bad, in my opinion, for this constant positivity and no recognition of your feelings, because then you spin out. And it ruins the vibration, and it ruins your mental process, and it can be damaging on your mental health. I myself have found a wonderful counselor that I'm working with, because I'm ridiculously isolated and for personal reasons. And I have been struggling a lot with old wounds that have been coming up, and I'm working on them. And a lot of shadow work, and I needed that extra support. And I found this really fabulous place near me. It's called Holistic Heart, and they combine mental health practices with Reiki, with aromatherapy, with yoga, with coloring therapy. So they take the spiritual and they combine it with the mental health piece. Oh my God, I'm like beyond happy, because now I can really like remove those blocks that I've been stuffing down and that I've been feeling like unheard, and really work through that final piece that I was like, I don't know how to release this anymore. I've done everything I can. I recommend, if you're looking for a mental health place, don't be ashamed, and look for a place like that. It's called holistic therapy. It's something that offers not just the depression, anxiety, and other types of typical clinical therapy, but it has the whole picture as well. The spiritual. They do oracle cards, they do intuition, they do empaths, they do highly sensitive people. So I fit in there, where a lot, when I've gone for counseling in the past, like a long time ago, they're like, you do what? And it just doesn't work. So finding the right person to talk to, just to talk to, is great. Again, positivity is wonderful. It helps us move forward. But you have to also acknowledge those feelings. Now, my last point here is that I always tell my clients when I'm working with them on manifestation, on positivity, on feelings, it's okay to feel that way. But you can't stay in it. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay. It's okay. But you can't sit there forever. And that's why you have to release it. That's why you have to acknowledge it and release it. Because if you just sit there, oh, everything's so hard. Yeah, it really is. But if you just sit in the everything is so hard, you're just going to get more of everything so hard. So you have to work with some tools to release that. Some uncrossing, some reversing, some protection, some releasing, whatever works for you. You have to work on releasing that. Go for Reiki, whatever. Burning it, work on releasing and healing that, because that's how you move forward. Sitting and holding on to that pain is just going to get you more low vibration stuff. So I hope that this has helped you guys. I'm not even going to edit this video because I'm behind, and I know that I really said what I wanted to say here. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Get some help if you need help. Feel your feelings, but don't drown in them. Release them, and use positivity to help you shine light once you've healed in between the pockets of where you need it. Please comment below if this has helped you. Subscribe to my channel. Like, hit the notification bell. I will be posting the Witch's Almanac in a few days when I have a chance to film it. Thank you again. Bye for now.